Greetings, agonizing guardians. My name is HyperHimes, and welcome back to Kick Around Kingdom. Let me just readjust this microphone over here for a bit because it's weird. Okay, I'm literally just trying to make sure that the pop filter is aligned correctly with the microphone, so it can actually capture my pops and stuff like that. I know this sounds atrocious, and it probably even looks atrocious from my point of view. I think that's a little bit better. I'm praying at least. And that just directly hit the microphone. Okay, great. Well, we're just going to assume that everything is going perfectly according to plan. But my plan is, it's been a while since I actually decided to try and tackle this. And what I'm going to be doing is, I'm going back into the normal continent of Crispia, and we're tackling Dark Mode. Because the next current stop that we have in Dark Mode all the way is up over here within the other half of the Dream Express story. And then after that, we can have access to the Eternal City of Wizards. So realistically, all we have to do is just the other half of these levels, and we'll be all set. So we're going to focus on that, because after this, we'll have access to Cherry Blossom, which we already have maxed. Keep going up, keep going up. Well, Wildberry and Crunchy Chip, we got some Kiki Odyssey cookies, Financier, Cream Unicorn, and no, the last one needs a Cream Unicorn, which is a great reward, especially if you're syrupy. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and set up a team right here real quick. Is that good? No. Man, my teams are outdated. Sheesh. Let's just do a full swipe on that one. We'll go ahead and slap the new treasures on here. Bam. And then we got the plumbing thing right there, which is bam. And then we got the watch. Bam. Anyway, let's put on just, you know, the best of the best. So, how to say?
Will your truth prevail over mine?
Little cookies, nothing shall last.
Yeah, okay, let's just go all beasts. Yeah, you know what? Why the plumbing? It's every single beast there is imaginable. So with that being said, if you want to leave your question and comments down in the comment section below for me to read on the videos, and feel free to do so, because it could be a random question, a random comment, a random fact, something about me, something about the game, something entirely different. It doesn't even matter, because as long as we're having a fun time at the end of the day, and we appreciate being around each other from community to creator and creator to community, that's what matters the most. And I will be reading comments on the video, Can Pavlova Cookies Strike Your Heart? From the overview video I did for them, so that's pretty cool. So while immediately going through this level, I will go ahead and read some comments. Like there is one coming straight from Cold Icicle, or Cold Icicle, I think that's how you say it, saying, question of the day, personally the design made me think that was a girl at first, don't strike me, but the fact that he just wants to be free from eternal sugar makes me sad. Overall, I think he's a great cookie, just not the best. I do have to agree with that, only just because, like, you know, I'm pretty sure there are other cookies who will be better. However, I also do agree that I thought they were a girl as well, but no, apparently they're not. They're, it's a male, and eternal sugar catch back up. By the way, little fun fact that I actually might do a short on. It may be a smaller short, but I still think it's nice to make these little things known. I want to do a little short video where it talks about how if you play with two beast cookies, basically they have like an entrance quote. So like they have a little communication with each other, which, oh my gosh, devastated dining car. Well, we could definitely like slide this, slide. We could slide this thing, but also we actually do get a cool profile picture because of it. So absolutely got to make sure I put this into initiative. Do I really not have a topping tart for Mystic Flower? Maybe I think I tried to, but I just ran out. What's your other half? I'm only but a fleeting thing. Whatever. I'm pretty sure that was Eternal Sugar and Mystic Flower or something like that, or that was Shadow Milk and Pure Vanilla, because, you know, they both also have quotes, I'm pretty sure, especially if it's Truthless Recluse and Sage's Truth. Anyway, giant rock time.
Return slumber.
And it just ended with being mute by Pure Vanilla, of course. It seemed like that rock just got evaporated.
May your willpower fade,
but I will take that.
Apathy.
Thank you for the free profile picture. And now we can move on to get some Cherry Blossom Soul Stones, which we can't, because it's already maxed out, so it doesn't matter for us. But we'll be sure to keep that in mind, because we can hopefully get some soul cores for her in the future, once we reach all the way up here into Master Mode. Oh gosh, I don't want to think about trying to get all the way up here into Master Mode. Anyway, that was also a quote from, I think, Mystic Flower and Burning Spice, because, you know, you can't be noisy without you can't be, what the hell was it? You can't cause destruction without being noisy. I think that was the quote, literally. Anyway, while I'm running through this, another comment that I'll happen to read comes from a plumbing Ms. Luki Love Roman. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, because sheesh. But you say, 705, what is love? Oh gosh, they're singing the What is Love song. I should have known that would have been caught up with me, because the moment that I was, you know, quoted that, I was just like, oh gosh, who will remember? Only OGs will remember that song. Also, another comment from It's Ya Boy Jordan says, one time I turned him into a machine. If you know, you know. Do I want to know? At the fear of getting my channel deleted, I don't think I want to know. Let's just keep that packed away. Anyway, with that being said,
Sweet
just base it
slumber.
off Eternal Sugar's skill, and she could just rain down the whole entire aisles with just flowers and stuff. Also, Surf's Official left a comment saying, okay, this game gives me no fire spirit during his update, and now I'm able to get 2 Eternal Sugar cookies. So far, I'm probably going to get a 2-star Eternal Sugar. You know what? I feel like I've gone through that same thing before. I think right after the Golden Cheese update, like the Ascended Golden Cheese update, one of the first
What
cookies
a
that I managed to
joyous
get
moment.
was Golden Cheese. It wasn't Ascended, but still, it was Golden Cheese. And I'm just sitting there just like, what? How? You're kind of like an update late. Why couldn't you have came in the previous update? That was my big question. I don't know, I guess I really can't complain. But anywho, another comment comes from flipping Shafir Raganaskov saying, hey HyperHimes, do you think Sugarfly Cookie will also be coming to the gacha? Most likely yes, because I'm assuming she's going to be playable alongside the release of Awakened Hollyberry. I don't know what Awakened Hollyberry is going to be called. And if you're wondering, I know there are leaks of her. I have not seen them. I don't know of them. I think I've only seen one person talk about them because they were being a righto prick. Like, no offense to like any other cookie run YouTuber out there, but I'm just saying, like, they literally put the leak of Hollyberry Cookie in the thumbnail. Like, thanks for the spoilers that I was really trying my hardest to flipping avoid. So, really good for people who want to just enjoy the game by normal release. You know, that'd be really fun just to, you know, enjoy things how they come out, but no, just to ruin it. By the way, 500 gems, I'll take that, thank you. Because that means we are basically halfway through all the levels while getting all the stars. But now we can get Wildberry Cookie Soul Stones here, which is plebin sweet. So, while I go through this level, oh, I thought no music played for a moment.
Sweet slumber.
While I go through this level, I will mention that I got a good amount of things done in a day. I got a few recordings done, obviously. I'm releasing a short later, which is already prepped and set to go. And I also did a bit of room organization because, you know, if anyone doesn't know, I recently moved into a new home. So, I did some more organization with some of my game consoles. I reconnected my TV and also connected my Switch to it. So now I can play the Switch on the TV again because, you know, sometimes I am a video game holic. And also, considering that as a known fact, also, I managed to shove a couple of my other consoles inside of the confines of the little, what the fuck? It's not a, it's weird. It's like a cupboard thing. I guess it's some sort of a cupboard. It's like a shelf cupboard. But, it's the thing that my TV's on top of, and I was able to set some of my consoles onto there. So, especially inside of the ones where it's like, you know, I gotta heal up. Mystic Flower and Pure Vanilla heal. There we go. But it's just like, you know, some little cubbies that I have that I can store the consoles inside of. I have 2 different types of GameCubes because they're both like modded in a different way. And by that, I mean just, you know, they have different accessories to them because those are some pimped out GameCubes I have. You know, before I talk about my pimped out GameCubes, let me just mention like some of the consoles that are in there. But let me just go ahead and get through a comment first while I go through this level. Like there's one from Playing Surf's Official. No, I already read that one. Oops, my bad. There's one from NiaTuber saying 545 jealousy is jealousy. True. Yeah, that's true. It's true. Also, another comment from Kimberly Young saying, at Dragon, you hate Cupid character, why it's character? What? Don't know what that even means. You're probably talking to someone else, but how the hell am I supposed to know? Also, Dragon loved to comment saying, oh, it's the person who said, saying, to be honest, he's so suspicious. Like, he only talks about bad sides of love, like hate, jealousy, and more. Also, the Arrow Ace person, I kind of hate Cupid characters, especially this guy. I don't think Haitian should be, like, deserved because of, like, you know, Arrow Ace or something like that. I think it's just should be deserved, like, you know, you don't like him. Which, to be fair, I don't like Pavlova Cookie because of the fact that, like, they're deceptive. But the thing is, they're trapped. You can see them struggling between them and also Eternal Sugar Cookie because Eternal Sugar Cookie holds all the power. So, they're really in a position where they can't really do anything. Anyways, after this Crunchy Chip level, because now we can get Crunchy Chip Soul Stones 2, we can get the boys from the Cookie Odyssey. Like, are you kidding me? This is a dream come true. Wait a second, we are in a dream world. It all makes so much sense. I get it now. Alright, but another comment though, I just quickly read, comes from Ian Alsabrook saying, Pavlova is a dessert that usually has lots of cream and sprinkles, kind of like a one-layer cake. So it's just cream with sprinkles, but no cake? I wonder if there's a term for that. Just like a treat where it's literally just, you know, well, I guess the name for it is a Pavlova, but I guess I never just heard of that before, because why don't they serve those more at restaurants? Nutritional value? I don't know. Anyways, while I go through this next level, guess what? I need to tell you all about my consoles, because if anyone was curious, I'll talk about it. So basically, I have a standalone basic PS4, that's obvious, but also, I managed to have a, two different types of GameCubes. One GameCube is one where it's like a modded GameCube, where basically it has this cool setup where you could actually access like SD cards, and you can easily insert it into that because it has this special bottom thing that can attach, which I think is really cool. It does need some certain setup to go with it, but it's still really cool when you have a setup like that. But I have another GameCube that has both the Game Boy player on it, which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically just a plugging accessory for the GameCube, where you attach it onto the bottom and it plays Game Boy games straight from your GameCube. It's basically reverse compatible. But I also have another thing that's on it, on that GameCube, which is like a mini monitor screen. So if I wanted to, I could play the bulkiest Game Boy of all time. It would be the most stupidest thing, but it would be the funniest thing because of the accessory. And you know what? I take pride in like these rare accessories. And speaking of which, not only do I have a modded Nintendo Wii, but also my brother got me this really cool accessory where it's the Nintendo Wii monitor, where you just slide it in the side and then connect it, and like it literally just plays the Wii. Like you can play it like it's a laptop. It's that cool. And also, can't forget to mention that I have a bunch of different DSs, which I have yet to put in those drawers, but I have a bunch of different DSs. So many. Like, I couldn't even tell you the whole list of them because there's that many. But also, another thing is, I have a couple of switches. My OLED is already primarily set up on top of the actual dresser cupboard shelf thing, so I can just easily pick it out. It's my Switch OLED, OLED. And I also have an old Nintendo Switch, but that's in one of the drawers, as well as my Switch Lite. I have all variants of the Switch. I really doubt I'm going to get the Switch 2. At the very least, I'm most likely not going to get it at its immediate launch. I'm probably just going to wait, like, until they most likely drop the price. There's a high likelihood that Nintendo's just going to go, like, you know, we're going to drop the price on this thing, because, you know, yeesh, why aren't you buying our games? The Switch 2, honestly, I probably won't drop the price, but come on, the games? Like, seriously, why? That's a whole rant for another video. But anyway, another comment comes from Mad Insomniac, who says, question of the day, he's so cute. He's a shipper who loves drama, and it feels like Devsisters made part of the fandom into a cookie. His love is a battlefield quote makes me think of the 80s hit song, lol. Some people will hate him because he thought he'd be a girl rather than a boy, and that's dumb. He's baby. Love a little Cupid baby. I mean, to be fair, I guess I could understand why you call him a baby. But I'm pretty sure he's grown, but Eternal Sugar really treats him like a baby. And that baby just got picked up from an adoption home, and man, do they not like their mother. Like, it's bad. It's not good. Anyways, another comment before getting too dark into that. There's a comment that happens to come from Kawaii Pony saying, so Pavlova is like the meringue sort of cake. I don't know exactly how it tastes, but it seems like it's supposed to be airy and light in a sense. Sweet. I only know what Pavlova is because there's an episode of Bluey about it. Oh, that sounds fun. I've actually watched a bit of Bluey not too long ago. Actually, it was a bit ago. I think like over a few months back, and I can understand why people get into the show. It's actually pretty. It's short with its episodes. It's sweet, and it also manages to be really educational. So gotta give a shout out to that. And like even the animation is actually really smooth, and it's just a pretty good show all around. I can understand why kids would actually appreciate the show for what it is. Anywho, back to the actual levels. We only have one more level to go, and then we'll be all set for this video. I'm pretty sure it might be a little bit of a shorter videos, but then again, we are flying by these levels, but still, you can't really ask for too much. There's still surprisingly a decent lot of like comments on this, so I guess, you know, I probably won't be able to get to them all, but I'm literally trying my hardest. Let's do a little bit of a speed round. How about that? Shining Stars left a comment saying, I like how he talks and love that, but there's this voice line he says, what is love? And so ironic. Yeah, that is pretty ironic. Oh, Prandane? I'm probably not saying that correctly, but you're saying, question of the day, I love them because they remind me of Cupid and Mixels. Their design is simple and their story is like a statue of angel on the forehead. I'm sorry, you're just saying her design and his story. Like, you're giving me double negatives here. It's a him. Zaja left a comment saying at level 41, yeah, you said it right, like in the story. Okay, perfect. And also, it's Kate and says, question of the day, I feel bad for him. I heard he just wants to escape. If you go to his story, you might get an idea. Trust me, I know. I've done the overview video. You have no idea. And lastly, London Geode says, I like him. Desire to escape the Eternal Sugar Paradise is interesting. Definitely. But now we have the Raging Dream Conductor. Let's go ahead and just one-tap him with the power of all the beasts. And technically, it's not all the beasts. We don't have Silent Assault, but for now, we have the best Silent Cookie that we have. Pure vanilla because his Truthless Recluse costume does not have a voice actor. So that's the most silent cookie we're going to get by far. So we'll take what we can get because this counts. Alright. Get ready to spam. Big dude coming along. And this is a long pathway. Alright, let's do it. There we go. Got him. Alright, dream's destroyed. Now we can leave the dream area. Now we can get to the City of Origins and destroy everything there. And also we managed to get every single star here. And we also got a Raging Dream Conductor profile image. Perfect. And also we got Cream Unicorn Soul Stones, which is perfect. And we are done here. And we can also get some spectacular Milky Way Cookie Soul Stones. But now we have episode 16 of Dark Mode available. This whole world is entirely cleared. And now we are done here. So we'll just go ahead and probably end the video. I think there's only 2 more comments I might want to read. One coming from Draco saying, I haven't seen much of the new story, but Pavlova is really adorable. Sorry if I'm not reading the rest of your comment, and just, you know, we're new to the end of the video, so I kind of like want to get to the other ones. And CRK Space Donut Forever says, question of the day, to be honest, I really like Pavlova Cookie. They're really cute, and to be honest, I'm kind of obsessed with love, but I do really want to see their lore and backstory due to the wish of the tree saying, can I be free? Oh, I know. If anyone has seen that little Easter egg, my gosh, that is traumatizing. You really just want to help the dude. It seems like out of all the beasts, like, you know, right-hand cookies, Pavlova is the one that just wants to leave the most. Cloud Hate is, like, happy, Nutmeg Tiger is loyal, and plubbing Shadowmoke's croonies, plubbing, you know, Candy Apple and Black Sapphire, they're just, like, you know, workers. Pavlova is just forced to be there. There's a difference. But anyway, with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, then please be sure to leave a like on it and also share the video with your friends if you enjoy my Cookie Run content. And if you enjoy my content in general, then why not subscribe and also hit the bell icon to be notified of whatever I do in the future. And also down below in the description, you'll see links to all my social media, which includes a Twitter post where if it gets 10,000 likes, I can get the Cookie Run YouTube stuff for absolutely free. There's a link to my Discord server called the Hypenese Hub, a link to my merchandise, you can buy stuff to represent the channel, and lastly, a link to my Ko-fi where for just $1 a month, you can see exclusive content you would normally see in this normal YouTube channel. But above all else, I will see you, entities and guardians, in the next video. Hail the Hypenese.